There's no electricity, there's no clean water, and the condition is pathetic. There's no sanitation. So to me, I think that it is a violation of human rights.
Michael Nyangi is a young Kenyan entrepreneur who runs his own microfinance organisation called Lamoro. Michael, like most of his clients, lives and works in the vast Nairobi slum area, Kibera.
So to me, I wanted to go to Kambimuru, at least to buy some few things that can help me in the workshop.
Kibera is one of the largest slums in the world. In fact, it's the second largest after Soweto in South Africa. Currently, Kibera is having 1.5 million people. And most people who are now in Kibera are getting less than $1 per day. The population is too high and is also congested, so there's what we call lack of security. I'm a certified public accountant. I came to Nairobi to look for work, and because life was difficult, I decided to just go to Kibera where the houses are very cheap. So as I was seeing people, the way they live, then I was touched. And because I was touched, I decided to use my knowledge that I gathered in school to register the so-called Lamoro Microfinance. And that's how I started. Do you want us to multiply it by 2 or by 3? By 3. By 3. So it is 6,000 times 3, then that one will be 18,000. And when I talk of the microfinance, it is banking the unbankable, or making the resources closer to people so that they can become self-reliant in future. So what we normally do is that we just try to help them by giving them some kind of small amount of money to help them start the business. And thereafter we give technical advice, and we have seen them doing very good. They feel that their dignity is also valued. They can afford the 3 meals in a day. A number of them have been able to take their children to school, and also they have been also able to pay the house rent, which was not before.
But many people still face problems in Kibera. The Kenyan government has tried to improve conditions, but it's not been enough. There's now running water, but people have to pay for it, something they often can't afford to do. Many rely on water from local streams running through the area, polluted with raw sewage due to the lack of sanitation.
When you walk along the corridors, there's what we call poor disposal, which is now bringing what we call health hazard to these people. So you find that the lifespan of people who are living in the slums, some are very short as compared to people living in estates, because of the air they are breathing is not that fresh air. When somebody gets sick, the big hospitals which we have in Nairobi, they cannot afford. Even affording 20 bob to buy a tablet for malaria is not all that very. So you'll find that when people are sick, you must find somebody just inside the house, unless maybe he has been given help or assistance by somebody else.
The government has built 4 schools in Kibera, but these schools can't cater for the hundreds of thousands of children. The level of poverty means that for many, education, especially for girls, is seen as a luxury they just cannot afford.
Boys in our families, they tend to be given the opportunity to relax and to read, to learn. But girls, they are overloaded with duties like fetching water. They are the ones who took care of the other young children. They are also the ones who are supposed to cook and even to watch the utensils. They are not given that time to do what, to learn and study at home.
The way the Africans term things is different from the way maybe it can be understood by other people. Like you might find it difficult for a girl to go and to go with the cattle in the field. That's now the work of a boy. And it is also the work of a girl maybe to go and fetch water. So these are some of the things that when the children are very young, they are being taught. So I think it is now high time for the young people like we to come and tell them that a boy also can go and fetch water and a girl also can take the cattle to the field.
On top of everything else, most people in Kibera don't feel safe.
Where I am, this is now a corridor, and you can see it is somehow very, very small, and there's no security light. It is this corridor whereby most of the youths are targeting the women, and when they reach here during the night, anything can happen. They snatch the money, and even raping normally take place along these corridors. So it is very risky, and even the policemen, they don't come along these corridors. The people have been overlooked. So maybe somebody might come now complaining, but the complaints will not be taken seriously. The most important thing is that people, they would like to be supported. Support does not mean giving money direct to somebody. And when we talk of poverty, poverty is not only lack of money or maybe food. But it's also when women and girls they lack an expression to express themselves, that is also poverty.
In October 2008, Michael's work in the community led to him being invited to speak at a conference on the eradication of poverty being held at UN headquarters in New York. In preparation for his trip, he met with people in his community to discuss the message that they wanted him to take.
The rate of crime is very high. The rate of defilement and things like rape is very high, and nobody is addressing this. So this is a government failure. In fact, if government would have intervened to address these issues, then we wouldn't have been the way we are. When you talk of human rights, it is a part and parcel of the government.
We knew that you are going to represent our problem, to go and address the issue, the poverty we are undergoing through, poor housing, poor health care. We are undergoing so many problems, but through God's wish, I hope you will represent us and address our issue.